Welcome to another episode of the Sipping and Tripping podcast, where we connect with amazing people. Today's topic is just about monogamy, right? And what are our thoughts on monogamy? I am your host, Desmond Black, and the two people that sipping and tripping with me today is Veronica Vadanya and Chef
Yes,
Dennis. How are you guys doing today?
I'm good yourself.
I'm
I'm
great.
always good. I'm always good. That's good. That's good. Love the smile. Love the smile.
Yes,
So, so before we get started, right? How was you guys weekend and days come leading up to today? We'll start with Chef.
My day, my day was great. Getting ready to go into a relaxing weekend because I'm relaxed. I work about 9 days, 9 to 12 days, no days off. Actually,
Mm,
9 days, and I'm just about to take my first 2 days after a long week. So I'm excited about that, and I just can't
okay,
wait. So
that's good. That's good. That's good. Anything you looking forward to coming up?
yes, I'm looking forward to being on the strategy room on next Friday. That's another
Mm,
podcast I'll be a panelist on for the next year. So I am excited about that. I cannot wait. It's going to be adventurous and fun and full of movement, a movement of faith and
okay.
belief.
Okay. Veronica, how was your day and how was your weekend leading up until today?
I I've had a very busy day. I had a couple of podcasts earlier, and meetings, lots of meetings for my nonprofits. But it's been so good, and it goes by so fast. I have a meeting tomorrow, but then the rest of the time is going to be with my children.
That's good. That's good. Kids
Yes,
are very important. So,
yes.
anything you looking forward to this week or coming up?
Getting my website up and getting just the road going on the event planning for the nonprofits.
Okay, that's good. What's up, Rod? Ronald. What's up, Ronald? Anybody know Ronald?
Yes, me.
Okay, okay. And then hello, Miss Allison. Always hopping on. I appreciate it. So all right, yeah, today is the monogamy debate. I will chime in, I will comment, I will, but I'm going to play quarterback a little bit and let you guys talk it out a little bit more than me talking for a change. So before I go into my little outline here, Chef, tell me your thoughts on monogamy.
Well, monogamy is it's a married state that practice being in a relationship with two
Mm,
people. It's a practice. It's not really a marriage. It's something like a marriage. It's just two people either living together in a relationship that's devoted to one another.
I believe it was my last one, either my last one or the one before that. I had a topic of monogamy, right? And the topic was, is monogamy natural for a man, right? So before I move over to Veronica, let me ask you this: do you think that monogamy is natural for a man?
Yes,
And why is that?
it's a natural trait for a man to be you in love with a woman. It's a natural trait.
Mm.
So it's the devotion there is natural. It's a natural thing. So what
But we're not
happens
talking
is
about. Go ahead. Go ahead.
it's
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
you asked me was it natural to be monogamy for a man? And yes, because it's natural for us to love a woman,
So the
not
question
more than
wasn't.
one woman.
Also, one woman. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there for now. Veronica, what are your thoughts on monogamy?
I think that although there are some men out there who practice monogamy, I don't see it very often. And I'm not trying to say men like this thing about men, but I like to think that that's possible. But to me, monogamy just is the loyalty and respect that you have towards your partner. It doesn't matter to me whether you're living with them or you're married to them. I think when you take that step forward to be in a relationship with somebody, and then that means no more dating, no more like I'm with you, you're with me at whatever level, even if it is just the beginning of a relationship. The point is a relationship. Like you have to be respectful to your partner and loyal to them, because if you can't do those basic things, you don't need to be in a relationship. And that's just my stance on being on the monogamy part, because if you don't want your partner doing something or crossing boundaries or getting into somewhere that could be misconstrued in any way, you don't need to do that. You don't need to, like, I have a lot of male friends, but I will not go out with my male friends the same way I will when I'm single, because we can go to brunch, we can go to a game or something. I don't do that when I'm in a relationship because I respect my partner. And regardless of how harmless it is, I respect my partner that much, but I don't always feel that it's reciprocated. It's just a lot of, oh, it's just social media, or it's just a friend. I've had her forever, like that kind of stuff, or it's her birthday, or it's this or that. Like that's all nonsense to me.
Right. So, okay, I'm gonna ask you the same question I asked Chef. Do you think that monogamy is natural for men?
No, I don't, because I think that a lot of men surround themselves in these circles, or they're just not, they think maybe mentally that they want that, but, or maybe their heart wants that, but their body and their behavior does not show that. Because if you're ready for a relationship, then you have to be ready for monogamy, because no woman is going to be okay with you being her partner and talking to all these women or getting yourself into predicaments that could be misconstrued or cheating. Like, come on, if you're with me and I find out you're cheating, I don't need to be with you anymore, because you just disrespected me. And if you did it to me that time, what's to say that it's not going to happen again? And then I look like a fool.
So Veronica, I want to ask you this. The question he asked you though, do you feel like it's natural for?
No.
Okay.
She said
now,
no.
Okay. Now I want to say something to you. Listen, the desire that one's person requires is based on what they see.
Right. So, I know. I agree with that, but I don't think it's natural.
But look, if you take all of the lust away from the man, guess what? Yeah. His desire is to be with a woman, because that's how God made us. So what corrupts our mind is, I'm talking about for men, what corrupts the men's mind and their heart is what they see, what they hear, and what they grow an appetite for. So
absolutely, I agree.
So that's what corrupts their mind. But he said, is it natural? It's natural for us to love.
Because it's natural is like from your youth, like each person individually as your youth. And I think that because every single man has been brought up a certain way, or they've surrounded themselves in different ways, that's what their normal is. But I don't feel that it's natural for a man to be loyal. I just don't.
No, I'm sorry. I just laughed.
When I had
So when I had the other podcast episode on monogamy, Ryan was my guest. So he just said Chef Dennis is saying it better than I could. So he just recently got engaged. So he's about to get married, you know. And so kudos to him. You know, they posted pictures recently of of them together. They went out on a little vacation. You know, it was lovely, man. What's up, Ryan, by the way?
Veronica, let's think about this. When we are raised as children, men, right? Watch this. It depends on the raising of that man that will go out there and do those type of things to a woman. But guess what? It's natural for me and Desmond to love our mother. She didn't show us how to love her. She gave us love, and guess what? We reciprocated that automatically, not because she taught us how to love. We reciprocated that because she showed us love, and guess what we do? We reciprocated that love that she gave us. So guess what? It's natural for us men to just do that. So men now that are treating women wrong is based on what they see and what the environment they are, but it's natural. That is a natural DNA for a man to be with one woman. But guess what? The world says we could do whatever we want. We could be whoever we want. So it dictates.
So hold on a second. I just want to touch on these two comments real quick,
All right.
and then I just want to comment on that. So Allison
Mhm.
said, "A man is searching for the perfect person instead of making someone your perfect person." Right.
Mhm.
So let's
It's
start
kind
with
of like
Veronica.
watering somebody else's grass as opposed to watering your own.
Mm. So anything else you want to add to that, Veronica? To that comment?
I'm not a man bashing person. I know that there are some loyal men out there. It's just there just are a lot of them. However, the reality is that social media is out there and women are out there that don't respect other women or don't respect the fact that you're married or your relationship. And you know what? Those women don't owe you as a woman any loyalty. You know who does? Your partner. So if your partner doesn't respect you enough to be loyal to you and respect your boundaries and expect like just respect you as their person, their partner, then why should another person? You should never allow that. However, some men do allow that. So I think maybe back in the day it was embedded in them, just like the tradition of like the man stays or works and the woman stays home. It's like that, like back in the day. But nowadays it's not the same way.
Hey, Chef, you want to add to that comment?
To a
The
man
one
is
that
searching.
says,
Which
yes,
one?
searching for a perfect person instead of making someone their perfect person.
Nobody's perfect, so you can't. I wouldn't even say.
No, no, let's
I'm
break it
just.
down though. You
Mhm.
can't take it literal. So what she's saying is, instead of being in a relationship and not looking at their flaws, right? Instead of trying to make them your perfect one, what she's saying is, most of us men, we go out there and we search for the perfect person, right? You know, you're right. And
Like if your
nobody's perfect and
woman
nothing's
starts
perfect.
to gain weight, instead of saying, "Oh
Right,
my, she's fat," or "I'm so unattracted to her," say, "Hey, babe,
right,
let's go to the gym together. Let's go for a walk together. Let's start eating
right,
better. Like let's meal prep."
right,
So instead of
right.
implementing those things at home to make your partner more attractive to you, then do that as opposed to, you know what, I'm kind of over this, but she
Yeah.
looks good over there. Let me just go try that.
Right. That's what we're getting at here. So we all understand that nothing in life is perfect,
Right.
right? But instead of looking at something like, oh, she ain't who she used to be, or she don't look the same way, instead of trying to make that right and find the good qualities in her, a lot of men they say, you know what, on to the next. I'm going to the next one that look good or catches my attention. So that's basically what she's saying. She's saying men are searching for the perfect person instead of making that person in their life currently their perfect person. So
I,
your
I
thoughts
mean,
on that?
you got listen. If you with someone, right? If you've been with that person for a long for some time. Guess what? You have to. It takes a lifetime to learn a person, their likes, their dislikes. You know the things that you even don't like about that person. You still have to learn how to navigate with that person. If you have time invested in with that person, you really have to learn how to deal and work out things with that person. So you got to
Mm.
learn how to do that. You know what I'm saying? And because
Right,
you
but some
already
people
invested time.
don't want that. Some people don't want to put that work in, and
And
that's
if you don't
that's
want to put that work in, don't be with that person.
no, of course. But the thing is from a woman's perspective, if I'm in a relationship with somebody and he starts doing these things where I'm having to question it, then why am I going to continue pouring into him when he's pouring outside of the relationship instead of pouring into the relationship?
That's what I'm saying. You got to
Yeah,
cut ties. Cut ties.
Well,
no,
well,
absolutely.
See,
so I'm
I
gonna
don't.
add this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add this. You said, why are you gonna continue to invest in a relationship when he's pouring outside of a relationship? But listen, sometimes things happen, right? Sometimes you be put in shitty situations. Like if a
Mhm.
man cheats or a woman cheats, that don't mean they don't love you because they cheat, right? It 9 times out of 10, it means that like something went astray in the relationship. But that
No.
doesn't take away they love they have for you. Stop. Hold up. Let me speak first. That don't take away from that love that person have for you. But guess what? Because like say if like I said, it's a shitty situation. But let's say this man cheats on his woman that he was with for years, and they had issues in a relationship, and they just couldn't get over the hump, and he happens to fall in love with another woman, and say his woman goes and talks to somebody else. Guess what? He gonna flip shit, right? Because he's still invested, right? So it doesn't take away from the love because he's still love and care for that woman. Otherwise, he wouldn't care if she go mess with somebody else. He'll look at it like I got a plus one, she got a plus one, so what? But as long as that man cares, right? As long as he has feelings for her and say, you ain't stepping out, that means that he has not lost like love for that woman, right?
But
Like
see,
I said,
that's
it's a
not
shitty
something.
situation.
It is because
Right.
that something like that, it is so difficult. And like every person is different, men and women, but I know for myself, when I invest my time into somebody, I feel
Yes.
like I'm giving them part of me. Like when you're intimate with somebody, you're giving them your like a part of you. You're it's not just like random sex. It's not, it's like I'm giving you a part of me. So when the breakup happens, then it's, to me, it hurts. It hurts so bad. And I can't just move on. Like people I know jokingly say, well, like, oh, just move on to the next or whatever. I can't do that. It takes me time to mourn that relationship because I'm grieving it, because it's the death of that relationship. Once I get to that point, it's like it's done. It's over. Like there's no coming back from it. So I'm mourning that relationship because it will never happen again.
You
So
know, and
Veronica,
that's basically what I was getting at.
hold on,
Go ahead, Steph.
Veronica, that's called soul ties. That's called soul ties. That's why it hurts so bad, because now you taking two souls to bring them together. You tell me you have an intimacy, sex with a person that you're not married to. That's why, you know, because the thing that you have created is soul ties, and sometimes those souls are not supposed to be connected, and but you have connected with that person, and now guess what? Two souls are pulling away from each other. You have invested your body and your soul toward that person, and you should not have. And so sometimes that's why it hurts. It hurts so much, and it's more like the women are being hurt like that because you know they misguided or not misguided, and you know that loyalty that they thought they was going to have in that individual, they lost it. The respect, they lost it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happens, and that's why it hurts so bad. And just to chime in with you, D, listen, love is deep,
Right.
And when you love somebody, there's certain things you don't do. You just don't do, like, because
That's not
that's
true.
what. No,
It's we're programmed to believe that. Let me give you an example.
Programs.
No, let me give you an example. Like when we whoop our kids, for those of us that do, when we whoop our kids, do we really want to whoop them? No. And most of us, do we feel bad afterwards? Yes. And then your child will say, if you love me, you wouldn't put your hands on me. Hold on. You love them so much that like it's like you demand that respect. You love them so much that you want to correct the situation. You want to make them a better person. And you do feel bad after you do it. So you can't say if you love somebody, certain things you don't do. You can love in a relationship. Right? People get divorced every day. Infidelity is real. You know what I'm saying? That does not take away from the love you have for that person, because guess what? That love is still there. And Allison said, sometimes you can't walk away when you have kids together. How do you fix that? Right? So I'm just going to say this to that. Like, especially if you have kids and now you have that emotional connection to that woman or that man and those kids, but you step out. That does not take away from the love you have for that woman, especially your kids. You know what I'm trying to say? You still have that love. It's just like I think that 9 times out of 10 people cheat because they're trying to fill a void. Something is missing in your relationship or in your life, and then you're looking for somebody to fill that void. Once somebody comes along and they fill that void, you feel at peace. You feel like you won the lottery.
That's an excuse.
All I'm trying to say is it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. No.
You a man, I'm a man. So we got, listen, we got two different views, but guess what? One, and I'm saying this honestly, one of our views is right and one of it is wrong. Period.
Now you must be talking about a biblical stance, and I'm not going to get religious or biblical.
I ain't getting that. I'm saying one is right. What you think, Veronica? One is right, one is wrong.
I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong to cheat, but I also think that the monogamy doesn't just. I don't think it's just only men who play parts in that. I feel like women play parts in that too, because there are women who their husbands are struggling in whatever way, and instead of, hey babe, I'm going to be here for you, I'm going to support you, what do you need from me, they just feel that he doesn't have it together anymore, so then they do look for that in someone else. So I know that it comes from both sides. However, cheating and infidelity to me is wrong, because somebody gets hurt, and it's a hurt that you cannot overcome.
No.
All right, so Veronica, this is what I'm struggling with right now. You said you do not believe that monogamy is natural for a man, but you said under no circumstances should a man or a woman cheat. That's a contradiction, don't you think?
No, I don't, because
Go
No,
ahead.
because I think that it should be embedded in both men and women that you are in a relationship. So you should have monogamy. You shouldn't go outside of your relationship, men or women. It should be ingrained in us. However, it isn't, because everybody has different upbringings. Everybody is modeled differently in their home, starting as a child. So if that's not what you're used to seeing, then that's embedded in you and ingrained in you. So to you, that's not natural. That's not normal. And so
Yeah.
a lot of your flaws as you grow up and you have relationships, it stems from my perspective as a youth, as what you're used
Right.
to see. Just like a lot of the time when you see a parent like getting physically hurt, a lot of the time, either a child will stray one way to where they start doing that, or they stray a different way. You know what I'm saying? So it's always that chance that it can happen, but I don't think that it's natural anymore for people,
So
depending on their backgrounds.
So Veronica, let me ask you a question then.
Mhm.
So if you're in a monogamous relationship, right?
Yes,
Do you live with that person?
I have.
No. Oh, you have.
I have.
You have.
I
Now,
have in the past.
okay. Would
Yeah,
you do
before
it
we
now?
were married.
Would you do it now? Would you, before you get into a marriage, would you live with a person before you got into that marriage stage?
To be honest with you, I would contemplate it. I know that it's wrong morally under God. I know that, and our father was talking about that in church, last week, and I don't want to, and I don't know if I would. I just know that. Okay, this is where I'm
Confused that?
a little bit. I'm not confused, but for instance,
Let us talk.
no, okay, I'm in my 40s, and I'm in my mid 40s. Okay, so I'm in a good place in my life, in the sense that I don't care to be in a relationship, but if one happens, I'm okay with it. I'm not gonna shut the door, but I'm in a good place, and so somebody's gonna have to come in and really like prove something to me, in the sense that this is why we work together, as opposed to whatever, before I get in, because I don't want to be in all these relationships anymore. I don't like that. I don't have time for that. It's like, when I get in a relationship, it's like we're dating for marriage. We're not dating to date, period.
Yeah, right. And so I wanted to say, the reason why I said that to you is because look, and I'll speak to the audience as well. Look, the reason why you should not marry, you shouldn't live with a person before you get married, is because, watch this. What happens is, it teaches you how to really trust that person. That's number one. It shows you also how this person can be loyal to you, because guess what? Now they got to go back to their place, right? They got to go back to theirs. They got to go to their prospective place. First, it shows you that this person is responsible. They have their own right now. You have your own. So it shows responsibility. It shows that, guess what? I can take care of myself. You can take care of yourself. So now, listen, it's equal. It's equal. That's why they say in the word, it says equally yoked. But check this out. It's a balanced plane. So now, guess what? Now you show me responsibility, showing you that you can maintain your own place, and you have your own space. And now I come into your space, vice versa. Now I go into your space sometimes. So now I get a chance to see how you live, see how you do things unexpectedly. Right. So now, guess what? Now we understand one another. And it's some time. It's some time. It takes time. And guess what? Not only does it take time, but because the unexpected happens sometime. And that's the good thing about it, is that now, guess what? I done caught you off guard. Now you put up this facade of, oh, I do it all. I got this. Now I come to see, nah, you ain't everything you say you to be. So now you can make an honest decision without this facade of saying, I'm this person. Now I get to see the real you. Not just living with a person. You know what I'm saying? Now I can see how you really are outside of me being around you, and I come on you unexpectedly. You know what I'm saying? And so now you get a chance to see that person and see how dedicated they are. You know what I'm saying? They're not going out, or they really focus. Their morals. So many other things that play a part in it, but that's the reason why. You know what I'm saying? It's because it shows, like I said, it shows discipline. Most important is discipline. Knowing you want to be with that person so bad. You attracted to that person. You want to and I'm being honest with you. You want to have sex with that person, but now it teaches you how to be disciplined. You know what? No, I want to save myself. Vice versa, the man and woman. I'm gonna save myself. No, I want to be devoted to that person. So now I got to be disciplined. I can't go out to the club or go out to the lounges and see some other fine chick. Now I don't live with her, so I can do what I want to do. No, it teaches you how to be disciplined. Teach you how to be focused. Grounded.
All that sounds good.
But it's reality.
No, it's not reality.
No, it is reality. But guess what? So many things mess with your mind. Not just you. I'm talking about anybody. It messes with your mind.
Now, earlier you when Veronica was talking, you said take away the desire, take away temptation. It's called life. It's called living. You can't stop life from lifing. So you cannot take away certain aspects of life or living. So those are things that's thrown at us every day. So you cannot sit there and take away things, because when you minimize things, now you try to create a world that's perfect. And you already said you already said there's no such thing as perfection. So let's not take away temptation. Let's not take away from desires. You cannot do that. That lives in everyday life. Right,
hey, Veronica. But no. But I just want to chime in. Look, I want to chime in to show you that you're right. You're right. Look, you're right. So look, I go to the gym. Yeah. I go to the gym, Veronica, right? The women be looking nice. Doesn't mean that I gotta be like, I want that. You understand? Nice tights, the whole nine. But guess what? I have grown to understand that yes, it's beautiful women out there. It's beautiful women out there in the thing. I've grown. So I'm just trying to educate how to grow into that. Not saying it's perfect. Now, you gotta grow into that.
Right. So now you see how you said, oh, they looking nice. That is that desire. So you have a little bit more self-control than a lot of other men or a lot of people in general. So that's called self-control. But you have a desire. When you're attracted to somebody, you're attracted to them. You just because you're in a marriage or you're in a relationship, you cannot say that you no longer have those desires. If you say that, that's a falsity. That means you're lying to yourself and you're lying to the world. Because you cannot say if you're single. And you say, damn, she look good. She's attractive. And then you look at her, you say, damn, she's attractive. Damn, she looks attractive. And out the three, you'd start dating one of them, and then all of a sudden you say, these two don't look attractive. You're lying to the world. You're lying to yourself.
What you mean?
And that's a detriment. Hold up. We saw desires. You say, oh, I'm married. I don't have desires. That's not true. Because let's say you wasn't married, you were single, and you found 3 different women to be desirable. And say you start dating one, and for you to sit there and say, babe, I don't desire them. I don't find them attractive. You're lying.
I don't want them. No.
Right. You don't act out on that. But you're like, you have.
Out on it, yes.
Yeah.
You have thoughts. You said, they be looking nice in their tights. That's a desire.
No, that's not a desire, D.
Yes,
why would I? Hold up. So in other words, look, check us out. We have eyes to see. There are things that's going to be beautiful. That's acknowledgement. That don't have nothing to do with my heart, me having a desire to want that. Listen, I know in this world there are other men that look better than me. And then my wife had to say, you know what? He look nice, but she's not gonna say, oh, he look nice. I want him. No.
That's not to you.
No, she can say another man looks nice, and that's okay with that. That's natural, because guess what? There are things that look nice. You have to be, that's being honest and true to yourself. I can say that other people look nice and not have a desire to want them. You bugging?
But so let's say before you got married, it was a woman that you desired and you wanted to be with. She didn't give you the time of day. And now you get married and your wife and she come across you and you get caught looking at her. She's like, oh, you like her? And you sit there and say, no, babe, I don't know. I have no desire for her. That's a lie.
I would tell my wife, see, I could say this. Is she pretty? She's pretty. That's it. Mm-hmm. Okay. No, I want her.
Okay. So for me, I don't think monogamy is a man's natural disposition, right? But I do think that a man can choose monogamy. Yes. Right? Mm-hmm. They can choose it. And I think I think that's more of a spiritual thing. I think if you remove spirituality, if you remove religion from a man's life, I do not think that it's a natural disposition for a man to be monogamous. I mean,
yeah.
It's just not. It's not in our nature. It's just not.
I agree because I think that a lot of men that I've seen, it's like, I want you right now because you look so good, but it's only until the next good thing comes around, then it's like, I'm gonna kind of put you in the side. I'm not gonna let you go yet, because what if this doesn't work out? So I'm gonna kind of hold on to you over here, but I'm gonna try this out. And then it's like,
Right.
oh, this isn't working, but I'm gonna come back to you because I still love you. Or it's like, no, this worked out, so I'm gonna cut the thing here, cut the ties here, move on to this one. And then it's like keep playing that game, because it's like, I don't know what age you are, but I've noticed men in my category and older who still play this game. It's like, come on, like, you're not some 20-year-old. You're not even a sugar daddy. You're old, and to like get it together.
But
Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Veronica. But look, I get what you're saying. You don't feel like it's natural, right?
Mhm.
But so it's natural for a woman to be faithful to a man.
Yes.
I think it depends on the woman. I do, because I think that a lot of women want that. They just want that stability. Like, I want a man, and I don't want him to control me, but I want a relationship with a man who's going to be the man, who's going to be the head of the household, who's going to run it. Like, I don't want a weak man that I can walk all over, but I also don't want a controlling man, because if I can walk all over you, I'll eat you alive, period. Because I have a very strong personality naturally. So I don't date men that are, like that. But
look, how can
I am loyal.
I'm confused. What I'm confused about is this.
I agree, Allison.
You said it's natural for a woman, but it's not natural for a man, right?
Yeah.
I agree.
Not all men.
Hold
Not
on.
all men. Not all men. The majority of men, I don't think they are, because think about it. A lot of the men that are older, just look at this realistically. Look at the men who are older that are now single for whatever reason. They aren't in relationships because they're trying to find 20, 30-year-old women. And it's like, come on, they're older than they're younger than your children, or they're about your children's age. And it's true. I have friends who graduated high school with me who only date like mid 20-year-olds. And I'm like, come on, guys. Like, my daughter's 22. Like, that's silly. That's ridiculous. That's gross.
It's a movie called How Stella Got Her Groove Back. Stella trying to get her groove back.
Okay, well, let me tell you this. I did date somebody. The last guy I was in a relationship with, it's fairly recent. He was a lot younger than I was. And
See?
a lot. And I'm not saying anything bad.
You was trying to get your groove back.
I was.
You trying to find that two-step all over again. Come on now,
the thing with that, this is what I learned. I mean, we broke up. It was no ill will, whatever. But I learned that I've lived 2 full lifetimes ahead of him. Like, he's not been married. He didn't want kids of his own. I've been married twice, and I have kids, grown kids. And so it was hard. And I don't want to say too much on the relationship, but like, I expected something, and it wasn't always that way. And I'm not saying anything negative about him. I'm just saying that the relationship was going one way, then it didn't anymore. So
I got you.
But hold, I want to ask you something, Veronica.
Mm-hmm.
All right, earlier you said that it's natural for a woman, right?
Yeah.
Now let me. So life starts with what? A woman or a man?
A man.
So how can it be natural for a woman but not natural for a man if life started with a man?
Because
biblically it said life started with a man, because according to the Bible, God said, I created Adam first. Okay. Right? But man can't create. You can't leave a legacy. You cannot procreate with just one person. You need a man and you need a woman. So let's not talk about because Adam was the first man according to the Bible, because that's not fair.
I'm not talking. I ain't saying nothing about that. I said
kids.
Character.
Yeah, I just feel like women. Okay, men a lot of the time move with their heads or their other parts. Women move with their heart. Like, we just go with our heart. And I feel like there's a lot more heart. Like, when you see a woman and a man, a lot of the times he is motivated by what? Right. Success, power, this, that. Women are motivated by what? Love, nurturing, that kind of stuff. Right. Like, we're motivated in different ways, which I don't see anything wrong with it. But I feel like a woman is more likely to want to have the marriage, the life, not a perfect life, because that's just unrealistic. But yes, And
Yes,
like,
hold up. Yes, what?
No, she comment. No, on Allison's
we love
comment, it
too
says,
hard.
Men,
Man,
yeah,
hey, listen, I'm going look, I'm gonna stop you there. I'm gonna stop you there.
Trying to
All I'm
jump
saying
in.
is
You trying
women
to
do love
look.
hard.
No, listen.
but men do
Let-
too in a different
wait,
way though.
yeah,
We love hard as well.
for sure.
Hold on, hold on,
You
hold on,
got the
hold on,
right.
time out. Hold on. I gotta say something. So, because Allison is on fire tonight. So
I love this,
men don't
Allison.
have the same don't have the same feelings as women. That is not true. And women they love way too hard. So does men, just in a different way. Why, man, listen, not and this is not me saying I condone it. Why you think some men go upside their woman's head when they want to talk to other dudes? Because we also love hard. We just show it different, right? We display our love and affection differently. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, love is love. You
Okay,
can't put. Go ahead.
Okay, this is just a question. I know we don't want to be religious, but okay, I learned we've talked about this in church, but I want to see your input on this.
Right.
You know how sometimes you are in a relationship, but it doesn't work out at that moment. Then you separate. Then you separate for a year,
Right.
5 years, whatever. Then you reconnect, and then at that time it doesn't work. Then you try it again, and then it's like, okay, now we're in a good place. Do you think that that's real love, where you keep connecting, or do you think that we weren't meant to be? Because if it was meant to be, we would have stayed together the first time, and we would have worked on it, the good and the bad. But if we couldn't do it 2 previous times with all this time in between, what makes you think it's going to work now? Or when a man says, I love you and we will get back together when the time is right, or a woman says that to a man, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that real?
I love the question. I love it. Oh my God, I'm glad you posed that question. Listen, you ever heard the term that the absence make the heart grow fonder?
Yes.
Okay. So do I believe?
But do you think it's true from a man's perspective?
Yeah. Well, not in all instances, but yes. Listen, I'm a man, and I don't want to downplay us as men, right? Because there's some good men out there. But even good men make mistakes. Even good men continue to make the same mistakes. And some people would say, if you continuously do something, it's no longer a mistake. But I don't believe in that either. Because love goes a long way. When you have desires for people, sometimes you can love more than one person. Some people tell you you can't love more than one person. But like, if you have multiple kids, guess what? You love all your kids, right? So you can. It is possible to love more than one person. You love your mom, you love your dad. So you can love more than one person. So let's break this down to a science, right? Or mathematics. You can love more than one person. So if you're in a relationship with somebody, or a woman, or a man, it is possible to be in love with somebody else. It's a shitty situation, but it's possible. Now, you said when you reconnect, is it love? You keep reconnecting because there's a purpose there. There is a connection there. Without a connection, you have nothing. So as long as a connection there, it's possible for it to be real love. So I love that question you just asked.
What are your?
So Allison said men show it more, but women need to see it more, and I do agree with that, because, like you said, Veronica, women they are built on emotion. So yes, y'all do want to see it more, and we might. She said men show it more, but women want to see it more, which kind of don't make sense either, because if men show it more than women, but women want to see it more, it's like, if we show it more, then aren't you seeing it? I don't know. That's just my opinion.
I think that in that sense, it has a lot to do with people's love language, because I mean, everybody has different love languages. I don't like to be smothered. Like, I want to smother somebody when I want it. Like, I don't mind cuddling when I want, but I don't want somebody who's like smothering me all the time, because I feel suffocated, and it's like, in my space, and I feel like, so that as far as the showing, yes, I recognize showing it. I think the showing the part needs to be on both parts. However, everybody has a different love language. So maybe, theirs is not necessarily the physical touch or the words of affirmation. It's, something different.
Right.
I think though, go ahead. Go ahead.
First, I want to say about the love thing. All right. First of all, the man is supposed to be the covering. So guess what? When the real man really loves his wife, I'm not going to talk about a relationship, because a relationship, you don't get that type of loving that you're supposed to get when you in a marriage. Okay. I'm the covering. So guess what? I will lay my life down for my wife. Nobody's going to disrespect her. Nobody's going to come into this, not her kids. I'm going to fight for her. You understand what I'm saying? See, that's how deep our love go. The real man that goes for his wife. That's the love. If God gave me her, right, I'm going to die for her. Of course, so I'm going to live accordingly that I'm supposed to, according to her. You understand? See, I'm strong with that, and that's the love that a man shows for his woman. You know,
so would it be different for your girlfriend or your fiance?
No,
would it be different, or would...
I'm not going to give my life up. I'm not giving my life up for my girlfriend, and we're not married. She don't get the same thing my wife would. Hold on, watch this. The reason why I said this, Veronica, now here's the flip side of this. Women do not do that for men. See, that's the extension of our love. That's where our love go deeper than theirs do. Because guess what? If you're covering,
so why get married? You just said women don't do that for men. So why get married to her?
No, listen.
You talk about being equally yoked. If she's incapable of being equally yoked, why you get married? Why get married?
A woman will never lay her life down for a man, because.
So why get married to her? Why get married to her?
Because that's not her purpose. That is not what she's supposed to do. She's not. Hold on. Look, there is. Listen,
a marriage is what? It's a covenant between.
No. But watch this. Guess what? Here's the thing.
It's not one-sided.
You have to know this. When we walking on the street, guess what? She walks on the inside of me.
I'm being a chauvinist.
No, that's not, bro. That's a protection, because guess what? I want her to be protected. That's number one, right? Guess what? Listen, it's only you don't believe that?
Hell no.
Okay, watch this.
Hey, no cars on the road, and you still do it. That's you being programmed. That's something that you've been trained and taught to do. Listen, if there's no cars, you still.
That's true, because my dad did that to us growing up. My son sees that he does that. He opens the door because he's seen my father do it.
Now watch this. Hold on. Exactly. Now watch this, D. Hold on,
but
brother.
It's programmed.
Just hold it. You said it's programmed, but guess what?
I think so, because he's taught from my dad.
If I go into a room, guess what? My wife's not going in first. I'm going in, because guess what? I'm making sure the room is clear. I'm protecting her.
See, that's different with me. I want my door open, and I'm walking in first.
We are human.
That's different. That's different.
Look, we human, D. Listen, the animals do that. They protect their baby.
First of all, you gotta be specific, because that's not true for all animals. Most animals know it's not true. It's not true. A lot of alphas, right? They go with males. They do not go with the females.
Like, I'm pretty alpha.
Alpha.
That's interesting. But listen to me though. Listen. You talk about a covenant. You the covering. And when we talk about marriage, you talk about a union. A union is supposed to be equal. You said equally yoked. If you tell me that a woman won't lay down a life for a man, but a man should lay down a life for a woman, that's not equally yoked. And it's like, what is the purpose? There is no purpose. Because if I'm
slow down.
No, this is my show. This is my show.
Slow down,
sir.
Though.
This is my show.
I want you to hear me.
Hold on. No, I hear you. It's my show, sir. Calm down. If I'm with somebody and they're not willing to protect me as I protect them, if they're not willing to do for me as I do for them, it's no reason to be together.
I feel like you're equals. You have to be equals in a lot of sense.
So, Veronica.
Thank you, Veronica.
Veronica, now watch this. See, this is how things get misscrewed and manipulated. Watch this. Are you ready? Are you ready, Desmond? Are you ready?
I'm born ready.
A circle is what? What's the parameter for
365 degrees.
Now, you listening? In the yoke,
of course.
In the yoke, it's what? It's circular form. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, talk to me. The shell on the egg is what?
You're talking about the ring.
I'm talking about the shell. The shell. When you crack an egg, the yolk.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, no, don't Jesus, because you said evenly yoked. Guess what? They both 360 degrees, but the shell is the covering.
365.
No, 3 what?
365.
365.
No, 360. You're right. My bad. Go ahead. My bad.
Veronica,
I know you.
Look, I know you feel me on this. Listen, the circle is 360 degrees. The yolk that's in the egg shell is 360 degrees round, and the shell is the same thing. Guess what? That's the covering of the yolk. Evenly yoked. They 360 degrees. Talk to me now. They evenly yoked.
You didn't explain nothing. What are you talking about? You try to drop gems, but you dropping Cuban zirconians right now.
No, did you hear what I just said?
What are you talking about? We talking about relationship.
No.
At the altar.
I'm giving you an example of evenly
You're
yoked.
married. Listen, you're married. At the altar,
Veronica,
what do they say when you get married? Listen, at the altar, when you get married, what they say? For better or for worse, right? For better or worse,
health.
Sickness and health. So if you tell me a woman will not lay her life down for a man, that is not equally yoked, and that's a falsity right there. That means she's committing sin to that marriage. So why get married?
You see what Alice is saying?
On now.
See, he missing it.
I'm gonna put it up there. No.
Yeah,
hold on.
That's what I'm trying to get you to see. They are evenly yoked, but guess what? At the end of the day, the man is the covering, the woman is the inside. She is the yoke. Guess what? She is the one. Guess what? She is the one you're supposed to be protecting. And guess why I used an egg? Because guess what? It symbolizes they're evenly the same thing, 360 degrees. They're a circle, but guess what? One has to be a covering. One has to be the covering, and that's the shell.
You have to cover each other.
Yes.
Let me say something. Hold on. How is a man don't need protection? A man don't need covering? Guess what? Hold up. People that's religious say God is my covering. That's a man. God is my covering. So the man's covering you, right? So and you covering a woman. God also covers that woman, right?
Hold up. God is spirit.
Hold on. No, but what do you say? People that say they walk that walk.
That God is a spirit. Yeah.
These contradictory religious people, they talk about I walk that walk. A man needs covering, and so does that woman. So let's not say about a woman needs covering, but a man doesn't. That makes no sense. That's not how life works. You were talking about the animals.
Veronica just said it. She said she don't want no weak man. I promise you,
she don't want a weak man. She don't want.
She's not gonna be protecting no man because if she's protecting a man, she don't want to be with him.
Me protecting a man doesn't have anything to do with that. I just don't want a man who isn't the leader of my home. I feel that's how it was growing up. I want to follow my husband. I want to follow him because he is the man in the house. I want to follow him, but don't mistake in the sense that I'm going to allow him to mistreat me or speak to me a certain way, because that's not it. But I will, to me, I view marriages as equal. Like, you do this for me, I do this for you. We take care of each other. It's us against the world, essentially. I'm not going to let my friends talk about you, and you're not going to let your friends talk about me. You're going to respect me, you're going to love me, same as me. I will be there for you when you're sick, when you lose your job or you have an accident. I'm going to be there for you. I'm not going to throw you out because you can't work right now. I'm here. I have you. That's what I want. I want him to be that way with me, and I want to be that way with him. I don't want somebody who's not like when I got sick, my ex-boyfriend would come, because we had a long distance relationship for a little bit. He would come from Austin to Dallas to take me to some of my treatments. And that reassured me, you know what? He loves me because he loves me in my bad. And not everybody can handle that. But, I returned it to him when he did something else, so it's just, I need that. I need that support, because I'm not going to give myself to you in that type of way unless I know I'm getting it from you. And it's not even just, I want to be taken care of from him, because I want to take care of him too, because he's my person. He's my man. He's my husband. He's my, my person, but I need to get that as well. And I don't think that my love or caring for him or anything like that needs to be watered down. I think that we should both be acknowledged as our own whole person, but us together, if that makes sense.
Right. That makes sense. So we were talking about religion for a minute. So I want to add this. So biblically, right, it is said that he who finds a wife finds a good thing, and is exalted by God, and finds the favor of the Lord, because it can't be done in any other way. It has to be the order of God, man, woman for it to work and be successful in that jurisdiction, right? So when we talk about monogamy, right? When I said earlier that I don't think it's natural for a man, I think that, you know, it's a spiritual thing. For a man to be monogamous, it has to be a religious thing. It has to be a spiritual thing. That man has to let God into his life first. And if that man
Absolutely.
does not allow God in his life, I do not think that it's possible for a man to be truly monogamous.
I agree. I do. And I don't know. I think because they will, they're on the same level as you in the sense that, okay, you
Right.
know what, this is the life we're going to live, as opposed to they don't have any kind of resources to, I have to hold myself up to these standards.
Right.
But
So
you know how they say, like, the man, like the woman is his rib.
yes.
You know, okay. I've always said, like, oh my gosh, I just want to be his rib. I do. And
Poetic.
it sounds like whatever, but it's like, I want to find my person and I want to be his rib. And that's it. Like, I don't want to continue the cycle of dating, you know, casual date. Like, I'm done with that. I'm looking for my husband. I'm not looking for a temporary person. I'm not looking for dating. I'm not looking for a boyfriend or a fiance. I'm looking for my husband.
Mm. So to add to what I was just saying, right? I said faith in religion says that you cannot be monogamous because it is not natural to who you are unless you're operating under the discipline of God. Now that comes from the Bible, Chef. Since you talk about you read the Bible, it says faith in religion says that you cannot be monogamous because it is not in your nature, right? Unless you're operating under the discipline of God. So that goes back to what I was saying about if you don't allow God in your life, it's damn near impossible to be monogamous. You hear me? You
I
follow me?
agree. Because with myself, I'm not going to date somebody who doesn't have a relationship with God. They don't have to be at like these high worshiping, whatever. Like, I just want you to believe in God. Like, to me, that's sufficient for now. But it's like, I want somebody who is going to have that relationship with me, like continue like to support me in my journey in that. And I want to support him. I don't want to be this like crazy fanatic, you know, religious couple or anything like that. But I want somebody who is going to be on the same level as me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. But this thing, a lot of women say that, right? I've dated or messed around with a lot of women that say that, you ain't got God in your life, but that's why I always came through. And this thing,
Mhm.
so today I'm gonna say this: it just takes the right man. That's it. Because the right man come along and fill every void in your life, or whisper sweet nothings to you. Like you gonna forget about that religious aspect. You're gonna fall for that guy because if all it takes is for a man to come into your life and make you feel good. Right, because at the end of the day, women just want to be loved, right? So if you receive that love, or you feel love from somebody, or you feel the love that you feel like you should have had your whole life, you're gonna forget that religious aspect. So
I
I
think that
understand what you want.
depends. I think that depends because
So
I think I'd be more likely to fall for that nonsense when I was in my 20s, maybe even in my 30s. My 40s, no thank you. I'm done. Because I've had 2 marriages.
I
I
understand that.
have
That's what I said.
grown
It takes
kids.
the right man. It takes the right man. You know, he
The
got
man
to
for
love you
her
and
is
make
the
you
man
man.
of faith.
Nah,
The man for her
yeah,
is the man with faith.
no, that's what she
And
wants.
guess what?
All I'm
No,
saying is
guess what? That's the hey,
the right man
Veronica,
come in
that's
her
the
life.
right person for you because guess what? He's going to be the covering for you. He is going to be the leader for you that you desire and that you want. And but it has to be the right man of faith. You know what I'm saying? That's going to lead you and guide you in the right way, in the right path. You know what I'm saying? And that's the righteous way. It's no perfect way, but that's the
Mhm.
righteous way. You know what I'm saying? And that's about respect, honesty, loyalty, compassion.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying?
mm.
These are the things that you require, and a man with faith and
And we,
living that's the guy for you.
and
Des,
we wasn't talking about. Go ahead. Go ahead.
let me just say one thing. The reason
Go
for
ahead.
me that it's so important is because, you know, I know we've spoken about my struggles over the last few years with, you know, my health and everything like that. So it took me hitting a rock bottom to reach out to God and to build my relationship with him. So now that I am continuing my health journey, I see how much my life has changed having God in my life. So that's not something that I'm willing to take a chance on or jeopardize because my faith is what's helped me mentally and emotionally get through a lot of the tough times. So the reason is I won't date somebody that doesn't have faith or believe in God, because I'm not willing to jeopardize that because of everything I've gone through, and the fact that I feel that my relationship with God was before not strong. And I honestly questioned him a lot, but going through my health journey, I'm in a lot better place mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, like in every single aspect. My life is so much better, and I'm not going to throw that away for a man.
I got you. So look, a man who really wants to dedicate himself to his woman and his woman only and be equally yoked, right? There's just so much discipline that goes against the man's nature to actually follow through with that, right? That's all I'm saying. Like it takes a lot, because desire and temptation is some people say it's the devil's work, but
But
it
it's
is
there all the
something
time.
it's always there, and it's
And
something
if you're
that's
a
hard
realist to
Go
avoid,
ahead.
I mean, you're a realist. I'm a realist,
Mhm.
right? So it's like, it's not just because I'm looking at all these hot girls on Instagram or Facebook, or it's like, I can go to the grocery store, I can go to a restaurant, I can go to work. Like there's
Yeah.
attractive people over there. They've kind of flirt a little bit, and then sometimes that gets taken to a next step, or it's, it's like these boundaries are so easily crossed that even if you are being careful, sometimes
Mhm.
it happens still. So I think you're never going to get away from that. So it's just that self-discipline of, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stay this way. I'm going to be faithful to my person. And not everybody has that self-discipline.
Right. So hold on. As I put this comment up there, if you need or want to cheat, just don't be in a relationship. Very easy. Oh my
The
God.
idea is easy, but you know what? It's just unrealistic because people get lonely and they're like, okay, I'm just going to free up the next couple of weeks or months. And then it's like, I'm done. Let me move on.
So to that, I'm gonna ask you this, Veronica. Then I'm gonna ask Chef. So, what are your thoughts on polygamy,
Um,
or your thoughts about like a man having two wives?
I think that's
two
gross.
questions, but it says gross.
Gross to me. I mean, sorry, I'm going to get probably backlash, but I just think it's gross because to me, my partner is mine. I'm very territorial. So it's like, I'm not sharing, period. At all. Like,
Yeah.
I'd rather be single than share my person.
Talk that, Chef. What are your thoughts on polygamy?
Don't even ask me that. Don't even ask me that. You already know that.
No, why? Because you married. Like this.
Bro,
I just want your insight.
Because
we ain't talking about you. We talking about men in general.
Nah, it's just if you supposed to have one person, bro. You know how. Listen, you know
but not
how
all the listeners know how you are.
All right, but okay, you know how difficult, and I'm gonna keep it 100, a stat. You know how difficult it is to love just one woman. No,
That's the point. It's difficult. That's what I said. We talk about monogamy. Monogamy is very difficult to be monogamous. So now you're saying
how you going to
just
do it
be
for
with one person?
Hold on,
married to one person is difficult.
How you going to do it for multiple? If it's difficult to just do it for one, so that's even more difficult to try to no. Come on, stop playing.
It's easier. You split your time. Look, this will get on your nerves. You know what? I'm going over here to number 2. Number 2 get on your nerves. I'm going to number 1.
That's your deranged mind of thinking.
No. They're two. Look, like they two different people. It's two different sceneries. And guess what? You ain't got to put up with the shit you did with over here, and vice versa.
No.
I've seen that where people actually do live these double lives, but people don't, like the women don't know, but they have perfected how to break their time up to have these two lives.
Yeah.
Guess what? It's not healthy.
No.
It's not normal. It's
marriage ain't healthy.
Marriage is so hard.
Marriage is healthy.
There you go. And she's been married twice. You've been married twice. You both said it's hard.
It is, and that's why I'm like, do I really want that?
Hold on, watch this.
Talk that.
I don't know Veronica's circumstance, so I'm gonna say mine's. But the thing about it is, what I did for my second, I didn't do for my first. I didn't discipline myself. I didn't focus on God. I didn't say, you know what, I was having a child, so I was taught that you having a child, marry the person. But see, there are other things that I did not do. There are things that I didn't do to focus on me, so I could be the better husband, so I could be the better friend. You know what I'm saying? Be the better covering. I didn't do all those things. See what I'm saying? I was selfish, self-centered. I wasn't thoughtful. You know what I'm saying? See, those things I had to grow into. So I grew into those. So now, guess what? Yeah, it so happened that, you know, my first wife, it didn't work out. But guess what? Now I know how to love her. I know how to cover her. I know how to respect her. We don't argue. You know what I'm saying? So we argued. Me and my first wife, we argued. So see, these are the things that I went through and I endured. So now here I am. Now I can speak on it. I can talk about it and educate people on how to be disciplined, how to be focused. And it's the center of my focus is Christ, is God. It's not even about getting religious. It's not even about getting spiritual, but that's how I'm rooted. That's how I'm grounded. And so that's how it teaches me how to tell other people how to have a great marriage. You got to get in tune with yourself first. It starts with you first. So you got to get in tune with yourself first. Love yourself first. And after you learn how to love yourself unconditionally, then you'll be able to love somebody else, the right person for you. Because guess what? You'll know how to love yourself. And being that you know how to love yourself, guess what? You'll know how to love somebody else, because you'll know how your love language is, and you'll know how to tell them how you like to be loved. You'll be able to communicate with them, and then you'll learn them. So it's about communication. And so that's key. Being able to be transparent and communicating on a level where they both, you and that person, can understand. And so that's what's why I'm so important about marriage, is because you got to learn yourself. You can't say I like this and like that, because guess what? What you might like is not something that you supposed to have. You know what I'm saying? Because of your personality, your character. You need somebody that's going to be maybe a person that's quiet. Like me, I'll give you an example, and I'm going to let you go, Veronica. Look, like me and my wife, I'm a people's person. Like, I get into a room, I'm talking to everybody. I'm like, how you doing? There's no sitting down for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, how you doing? I'm interacting with people. My wife, she's something different. She got to get warmed up. She can't just go in the room. I'm illuminating when I go in the room. I'm like, hey, how y'all doing? Hey, I say, hey, right? But I'll be like, oh, get that smile. Let me see those pearly whites. See, I want the atmosphere be filled with joy, filled with happiness. My wife not like that. She come in the room, quiet, sit down, looking all elegant and stuff. Not me. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Chef Dennis in the building, y'all. You see how you smiling? That's me. I get in the room. I'm like, okay, I want the spirits uplifted. I want everybody feeling filled with joy, even if they having a rough day. I'm gonna talk to them and see if they having a rough day, how was their day, and then move on. You know. So
look, I've said this plenty of times on this platform, and just to people in general, right? Like, you know, first of all, I'm gonna say this. You always talk about this marriage. I had a podcast episode with you specifically about relationships versus marriage, right? And I thought that was a great episode. So, and I told you in that without a relationship, there is no marriage. So to dismiss a relationship and just talk about marriage all the time makes absolutely no sense. And this is the thing. I said this time and time again. When we talk about marriage, it becomes more of a business than a relationship.
You did say
so
that,
if marriage is supposed to be about love, why are we entering into a business? Why are we signing contracts? Why are we signing our life away when it's supposed to be about love? If marriage is about love, let it be just that. Let's not talk about prenups. Let's not talk about who's splitting the bills, or if we break up, who gets what. No, that is a business. That is a corporation. That is not love. Because when you talk about business, now you talk about a dictatorship, right? Love don't dictate. Love shows love. Love shows up when love is needed. Love don't show up and then have boundaries and limitations. That's what a business does.
Mm-hmm.
So all these people that cry, oh, marriage, that's a business, and I'm just not for it. I'm not saying marriage can't be beneficial, because this is the thing. For me, my point of view, my perspective, a marriage just solidifies that, oh, I want to be with you and only you. But this is the thing. It doesn't really solidify it. It doesn't guarantee that you're going to stay together. That's why infidelity it exists. That's why divorce exists because you just like in a relationship you grow apart, in marriages you grow apart. You can cheat in a relationship, you cheat in a marriage.
Yeah.
So a marriage, when I asked you this in the podcast episode, I said, what is the difference? It's nothing you do in a relationship that you don't do in a marriage. It's nothing you do in a marriage that you don't do in a serious relationship.
But see, not everybody has that. I don't think everybody has that perspective. I think it's engraved in a lot of our heads that when you're married, it's just like a different level of connection in yourselves, and I think that for myself, I think that it's your relationship is just taken more serious than just
maybe
a casual
it should.
relationship.
Maybe it should, but it's not really. No, see, when you say casual, I'm saying somebody say they're in a serious relationship. It's really no difference, right? So now, if you want to break it down to how it's supposed to be biblically, once you take that oath and you say your vows, you're supposed to have in your mind, okay, now this is serious. But that's
in the Bible also
today.
you don't date. You didn't date to see who. Like, it's just you found your person and that was your husband.
No, that is false. In the Bible, what they say, they or thou, however they say, who shack up with somebody, that's their wife. In the Bible, if you have sex with somebody, you're married. In the Bible, and in the Bible, when they say, "Oh, this person shared a tent with this woman," nobody knows what happened in that tent. Maybe they wasn't intimate, but guess what? When they came out, they said, "You're now married." That's what the Bible says. If you shack up with somebody, that's your wife.
Great. I have a lot of husbands now. Thanks a lot.
That it don't mean that. It don't mean that.
Yes, it do. Oh, I'll give you. No, yeah, no, it don't mean that for her. But what I'm saying is, according to the Bible, that's what it was. If you shack up with somebody, so in the Bible they say you should not shack up with somebody unless you are devoted and you're committed to that person for a lifetime. That's what the Bible says. So that's why when they say when you shack up with somebody, when you sleep with somebody, they become your husband and your wife, because they're saying that the Bible says you shouldn't do that unless you're committing the rest of your life to. That's what the Bible says. So if you do it, hey, that means we all have a bunch of wives.
All right, so D, now, so your education, right, or your learning comes from what? Like
experience. Foremost experience.
Our experience, right? So what I'm saying to you, when you look at marriage and you look at relationships, right? You now you're looking for the definition of marriage and relationships, because marriage and relationships are two different things.
No, it's not. So you can't have one without another. If you
hold on. Relationship. I have a relationship with my brother. I have a relationship with my mother. I have a relationship with you. I have a relationship with my coworkers. Wait a minute. The difference is now let's put relationship and marriage in the same category. You cannot, because guess what? I am not married to my brothers. I am not married to my coworkers. So when you talk about marriage, it's a different type of relationship. That's a lifetime commitment.
You can't do that. You see how you say it's different? So now you're saying it's a different type of relationship. You can't have marriage without a relationship. That's the core meaning of a marriage.
D, you looking at it too literal, because you talk about me and my wife having a relationship. We got a relationship.
You just said define it. You said if you define the definition. So you can't say I'm taking it too literal.
It's
literacy comes from definitions,
but it's
you can't have literacy without a definition. So if you want to look at things from a literal aspect, you have to define the word. Once you define the word, that's where you get the literacy from.
Is marriage and relationship the same?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Look at the definition. And then we go on.
Okay. I'll read it for you.
There you go.
Marriage is a contract. Business. Like I said, marriage is a contract between two parties. A contract. When you sign a contract, when we talk about business, right? Okay.
Yeah.
The parties must have the legal ability to marry each other. The parties must consent to the marriage. A marriage is a serious and committed relationship. Oh my God! They didn't say relationship. No, they didn't just say that. A marriage provides structure for many social and personal functions. Marriage establishes rights and obligations between the spouses and their in-laws. Marriages establishes the rights and obligations between. I just said that. What else? It is a union that is often considered to be a permanent, but in practice can be ended through divorce or separation. It is a union that can be considered as permanent.
Now,
So if
excuse
it's
me,
not permanent,
go
hold
to
up, hold up.
relationship.
So
Go to relationship. Go to
I will.
relationship.
You told me to define marriage. So come on now. You
Go
said
to relationship.
one of the bullet points said a serious committed relationship.
Go to
So
relationship.
my point. Okay.
Thank you.
You're insane, bro. This you. Lord have mercy. Relationship. You can laugh, bro. You said define the word. You told about literacy. So, so a relationship, an intimate relationship, is a close personal connection between two people involved emotionally, physically, or or in closeness.
Now, do they sound like the same thing?
Yes. Yes.
Veronica, do they sound like the same thing?
Okay, this is, God, I don't even want to acknowledge this because if I'm listening to this, and I think I just flip sides here, but I think that the relationship sounds more appealing to me than the marriage.
Talk that.
Just because on the description of the marriage, it just seemed so, everything is so, like it's like more of documentation in the business sense of everything. It's the legality of everything versus the relationship.
It's called a covenant.
Oh my God.
Correct. But it doesn't say anything different as opposed to,
do you go in business with your friends that you don't trust?
No.
Okay.
But this is the thing. I've gotten in relationships with men I thought I trusted. Turns out I didn't trust. I should have trusted them. So it's like, I don't know going in.
No,
it's the same thing with a marriage. I don't. No, but it's like, it doesn't change because I could be, you know what? I'll tell you, my ex-husband, the second one, I was in a marriage covenant with him. You know what happened? He cheated on me a lot. And you know what? I didn't care because the marriage had been over. You know, I didn't care. He was very abusive. So I'm like, I'd rather him go be with all these other women than come home to me. But it happened. And we were in a covenant. But I've also dated men who are just a relationship that have been very loyal to me. So that word marriage doesn't really dictate any difference in a relationship and a marriage in that sense.
Look, my uncle said in the Bible, marriage is a lifelong. Now I'm gonna correct him. He said it's a lifelong. It's supposed to be a lifelong covenant between man and woman that God obtains. Right? It's ordains. It is that's why I corrected myself. It is a relationship that's meant to be based on love, trust, and communication. Keyword relationship. It is a relationship, Chef. Another person is telling you it is a relationship. Let's stick to the chords here. The core meaning. It is a relationship that is based on love, trust, and communication. Now, you talk about, oh, you my brother, or my daughters, my kids. That's a relationship. We talk about marriage. No, that's different, but it's still a relationship. So if marriage is based off love, trust, and communication, should you not have those same values with your kids and your close ones? You should. You cannot have a marriage without a relationship. The key word is relationship. My kids, if I don't love them, they don't want nothing to do with me. Bro, if I don't trust them, we have nothing. No. If you don't have trust, you'll have nothing. You can't be in a relationship or a marriage without trust and communication. Am I right or wrong, Veronica? What's the point of being married if y'all have no communication? What's the point of being in a relationship if the love is missing? What's the point of being in a marriage if there is no trust? You
trust
might as well
and respect, I think, are big.
You wasn't listening.
Here we go.
I never Veronica, correct me if I'm wrong. I never told you it's not a relationship.
You said it's two different things.
Now say that again. Two different things. I didn't ever tell you that.
You can't have one without the other. You can't have life without vitality. You can't have life without air to breathe.
It says covenant, and then you said contract. There is a difference between the two about when you say relationship and marriage. It's different. It's a different level of a relationship. It's different.
Okay. Tomatoes. That's the whole point I was making. It's nothing you do differently in a marriage that you don't do in a relationship.
I'm not. Listen. That's the point
I was making.
Hold up. I value my marriage, right? But when I was in a relationship, that woman that I was in a relationship with, she never got what my wife gets. Never. No woman I'm dating going to get that level of
Time out.
time. They're not going to get that.
Time out. So before you get married, right? According to the pecking order, you in a relationship, right? A serious relationship, then you get engaged, but technically you're still in that serious relationship because you're not doing nothing differently. When you're in a relationship and then you propose, guess what? What are you really doing differently? Nothing. You just have the thought. You have that thought process that, oh, we soon gonna get married, and then when you get married, you're still not doing nothing differently. Hold on. I know you want to speak. Hold on. I know you want to speak. But then when you get married, you're still not doing anything different. You're still in that same relationship with no enhancements, no difference other than a contract.
All right, so look, see, that's real great for you. There are other things that play a part when you move in together and you get married. Guess what? Look, you gotta look at the whole big picture. The whole big picture is this, Veronica. When you marrying somebody, right? Your whole life is in their hand, both. Guess what? You got life insurance, if you got a good job, you got all these pension, that is a part of them now. And so that's why it says trust. These are the things you got to look at. Those are the things that's big, because that's big. I'm giving you, look, I'm supposed to be spending the rest of my life with you, and now you get a piece of my pension if I have one. So that's the big thing. You about to share your whole world with the person that's private. They got all access.
Are you hearing yourself? Are you hearing that? Are you hearing yourself?
You're not giving that to just a relationship person, just regular, my old girlfriend.
Listen, if you're serious about somebody, let me tell you something. If you're not in a serious relationship, why are we even talk about marriage?
Nah, we ain't getting that. You got.
What are you talking about?
You have to get to that point,
bro. Nah. So you're in a marriage, and guess what? What if your wife tell you, I'm sick of you. I found another dude, and you sit there. I gave you my all. Come on, bro. Just hear yourself, bro. Look, you can't go over this Bible stuff because that come on. That
Bible stuff. I ain't say nothing about Bible.
No, because that's where you're getting your
don't assume. Don't assume. Just don't assume. There you go. Don't assume.
Yo,
that's you assuming. Don't assume that.
Because you fail to realize you fail to comprehend the difference between a marriage and a relationship. There is no difference.
Hold on. You're wrong.
This is crazy.
Come on at me. Go ahead, chime in, Veronica. What you want to say?
Go ahead. She's been married twice. I want to hear this because she's been side with me most of the show. So let's go.
Okay. So I think that when you're in your younger ages, it makes sense, the whole marriage thing, because you know what? I want to marry you. We're going to build a family together. We're going to have kids together, stuff like that. But when you're older and you've already had your kids, whether it's together or with other people, I think that it just changes like your perspective, because they have their families now, we have our families. And you know what? You were talking about contracts with life insurance and, the legality, the monetary sense of it, there's no guarantee you marry this person. It's probably going to their kids. It's not going to go to the wife, or maybe a portion of it will go to the wife. So it's not the same. I don't want to marry somebody for those things. And I honestly, throughout this conversation, I'm really questioning if I ever want to get married again, like legally get married.
I hear you. That's great. But look, I'm not bashing nobody that's married, right? It works for some people. All I'm saying is, I don't see a difference, because there's no difference really, right? Like you committed to somebody, right? Mentally, mind, body, and soul. You say, I'm committed, I'm devoted to this one person, and then you get married. Like, we are creatures of habit, right? So we really don't change. You ever met somebody and they say, I'm going to change. They say this for 10 years and 15 years later, they're the same person, because we're creatures of habit.
Like, oh, he's going to change one day, and then they don't.
Right. So mentally, they might want to change certain things, but we are creatures of habit, and life, it's not going to stop life, right? So life is going to continue on. As long as life continues to life and throw obstacles in our way every day, it is hard to change. It's not enough hours in a day to devote to yourself unless you're unemployed and you're a bum. And then if you are unemployed and you're a bum, guess what? You can't develop within self, right? You need that extra help. You need to be able to work. You need to be mobile. If you can't be mobile, you can't be mobile without money. You can't have money without working, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to develop the way life is. Life ain't built for success. That's why we struggle. That's why we all go through things. Right? Like for me, I'm a kitchen manager at a restaurant and supposed to be 10-hour shifts. I'm more like 50-hour weeks. I'm more like 55, 60. Then my commute is like 2.5 hours there and back. So where's the time for me to develop for myself? Where's the time for me to make these changes that I want to change? Or where's the time for me to organize, stay focused, and do the necessary things I need to do? It's not there. It's not enough time in the day because when I come home, I gotta worry about my kids. Right. And I asked for a me time. Oh, give me like 10 minutes. Kids, they went all these hours without you. And now they say, oh, you don't even care about me. Guess what? Now you drop everything that you need to do, what's important to you, to cater to your kids, or cater to your girlfriend, or your husband, or your boyfriend, or whatever, et cetera, or your mother, or whoever. At the end of the day, where's the time for yourself? You know what I'm saying? So we all built on love. We all want love. So when we try to love ourselves and then love other people as we love ourselves, a lot of things fall to the wayside. And that's why a lot of times in life, men and women, we have voids in life. You might be in a relationship that you might love that man, you might love that woman. But now, guess what? Because life is lifing, we don't have that time to connect with each other anymore. Now you feel like roommates. You don't have that time for that chemistry or that quality time. You no longer have that. So when we talk about monogamy, sometimes when we talk about that temptation, that desire, somebody else come along and that quality time you're looking for, they're able to give that to you. And guess what? The more you get that, feelings develop. Let's not talk about sex, because you said it yourself. A man have sex with a woman, or a woman have sex in general. Now they get attached.
Mm-hmm.
Now we dealing with a whole different aspect. We going down the rabbit hole now. We sitting here like, oh shit, what did I get myself into? That don't take away from the love you have from your significant other. The only thing is now you struggling. You at war with yourself. You're like, damn, I'm in a pickle. What do I do? Because I got feelings for her. I got feelings for her. Or I got feelings with him. I got feelings. You know what I'm saying? That is life. It's hard. Life throws curveballs at us every day, and it's not easy. And don't let it be where your significant other is also going through these challenges in life, and now you're arguing all the time. And this other person that come in your life, you're not arguing. They
Mm-hmm.
make you feel happy where your significant other
Because
that you
that's
really
fresh.
love.
Then you're just like, I like the freshness of it. I like that. The
It's
idea of that. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and it starts with an idea, but let's say a month from now, and a month turns to 6 months, 6 months turns to a year, and you still got these feelings. Guess what? The more time goes on, the more your feelings grow fonder for that person. So, like I said, it's easier for a woman to be monogamous because they're built on emotion. For men, it's not in our nature. We're trained, we are programmed to be the dominant ones. We are programmed to be the providers and to be the enforcers and to be all these things. And for men, typically what happens is that love, that compassion falls to the wayside because we're focusing on what we're programmed that a man's supposed to be. So it's easier for a woman to be monogamous than a man. It's easier for a woman to ignore these temptations and these desires because they have sex with a man. It's over. It's curtains.
But see, I am in I network a lot. So I'm around a lot of men primarily. And regardless of how much success these men have, how attractive these men are, how single, how whatever these men are, when I'm in a relationship, I honestly, and I'm not just saying this to say that, I acknowledge that they're attractive, but I will not cross those lines. Even if I know, okay, this guy could provide a lot better, or this guy, and like I could, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not blind, but I can see this, but I don't even allow myself to think of anything, or, you know what I'm saying? Or because I have so much respect for my partner. And right. In the back of my head, I worry that if I'm capable of doing that, then he is capable of doing that to me. So I don't want to cross those boundaries because I don't want to be disrespected like that.
Right. I got you. Chef, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I'm about to head out. I got to go take care of something else. But Veronica, it was always a pleasure I'm actually about to go. Well, I got the podcast that I'm about to go on starting next week. I'm just doing a trial run today. They going on live today. It's called the Strategy Room. So yeah,
Nice.
I'm just going on a trial run with them today. But I'll be on it next Friday. So we could do this again probably like Thursday, because Friday I'm locked in.
Yeah, so I'm off. So me and Veronica talked. We was like, whoever was on today, obviously she's on and you're on. So the plan is to have you two on it again, and it wouldn't be focused on monogamy, right? So the follow up will be about the skepticism in relationships and being faithful in relationships,
Okay.
right? So that's the plan. So
Thursday.
I am off. Huh? All right. So Thursday work. I don't know if
We
Thursday
work-
works for you, Veronica.
I don't know. My schedule is pretty packed.
Uh-oh.
No, hey, look, at the end of the day, we'll work it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
we
said,
will.
I'm off this Sunday, and I'm off Thursday and Friday next week. So whatever works. That's what I say. I don't ever like to choose a time. When I have guests, I'm like, whatever works for you, because I typically do these when I'm off. So it don't really matter to me.
Yep. All right. So I'll talk to you guys later. Veronica, just let me know when y'all want to do this again. It was a pleasure.
Sounds good.
I'll talk to you later. All right. All
Okay,
right.
bye.
All right, bye. Yeah. Yeah, he's a character, man. But no, I love him to death. That's my brother.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, I have these debates with several people about the relationship, difference between the relationship and the marriage all the time. And I often like to, so I usually take a different approach. I usually like to stump people, like I ask them the questions, and when they can't answer it, I'm like, but you so for marriage. Why is that? If you can't tell me the difference, that's usually the avenue that I take. But today was a little different, but it was cool. It was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't even like, I guess the next one, because I had a lot more material I wanted to go over, but like sometimes it's three people talking, and sometimes it's
Yeah.
hard to get through everything. So I'm gonna save some of the material I have for the opening of the next one, and then we'll talk about, like I said, the whole faithfulness thing, and then the skepticism in relationships. And I think it's gonna be a great follow-up. I really do, because it goes with the whole monogamy thing, right? Because
Right.
like it's insecurities, it's a lot of things that we could talk about that makes us be skeptical about being in a relationship. Like relationships are hard, and people say marriage is hard. Before marriage, it's relationship. So if a marriage is hard, relationship is hard. It's just hard. Life is hard in general, right?
Absolutely.
And a lot of people act like life is easy, and the people that sit there and say, "Oh, this and that," they're crazy. That's great. I'm gonna share this one little story, right? Like I haven't told to so many people. So I have this one bar guest that comes to my job, and she used to come once a week. And one day she seen me. She's like, "Oh, come over here and talk to me." I was like, "All right, fuck it." I went over there. I started talking to her, and we had a good time talking. And then she came the next day and she never did that. She'd been coming back for like a year, only once a week. She came the next day, and she had one of the other managers come get me. I went over there. We started talking. We had a great conversation. She had me laughing. I had her laughing, right? So then we hadn't gotten into a conversation where she was told she was married for 25 years. She's like, "What do you wait for? You should get married," blah, blah, blah. And then she went into it, "Hey, we should hang out." And I was like, "I thought you was married." Then she was like, "Oh, I'm going on vacation for a week. It's going to suck. I'm going to be sad." I'm like, "Why would you be sad?" "Because I can't talk to you for a week." I'm like, "Well, technically you could." So she wanted to give me her number.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I never asked her, but I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, "What about your husband?
Right.
Why are you going on vacation for a week without your husband?" These are just my thoughts.
Right.
But this is what I mean. So the conversation we had was like, "Oh, you should get married. Whoever you're with, your kid's mom, you should get married to her and stop playing. Don't make me put my foot in your ass." But here she is, said she's been married for 25 years,
Right.
and she asked me to hang out.
Yeah, it's like you're crossing those lines of being disrespectful, and you're going on vacation. I'm here at work. Who knows what you're going to get into on vacation?
Right. So to me, it's been comical for me. When she come in, people were like, "Your girlfriend here?" I'm like, "It's not my girlfriend." But the way she lights up like a kid on Christmas, from the outside looking in, you would see that. You would think that.
Like, whoa, yeah.
So I never asked her the questions because, like I said, we have great conversations. I ain't trying to really fuck that up, really.
Mhm.
But I do want to. Eventually, I would be like, yo, why you always say you here without your husband? You there with? She said she was in Atlantic City in a hotel for 3 days straight without her husband. I'm like, oh, what you doing? I was living my best life. I'm like,
Then he probably is financially taking care of her, and she's doing whatever she wants. And she doesn't want to leave the relationship because she doesn't want to lose that security.
I was, you know what? That's exactly what I thought because she had this ring on her hand. And I was like, oh, so that shit big as hell.
Mhm.
And she was like, yeah, it's $25,000. She's like, huh, you got that kind of money? I said, I ain't got that kind of money. Shit. I'm like, that's a nice ass ring. But,
Yeah.
you know, so right away, I was like, all right, no woman, I mean, I ain't gonna say no woman, but for a woman to throw out there how much the ring costs, first of all, why would she know how much it costs? That's my first question, because if a man proposed, a man buy it. If a man buy it, why is that man saying, "Oh, baby, it costs 25,000. It's cost
She
100."
didn't. You know what
Like,
she
why?
did? She looked at the insurance papers for the ring, or she took it to a jeweler to get an
Okay, that's
estimate,
possible. See, and that's the thing. So
just
now you
to make
talk
sure it's
marriage.
real, and just to
Yeah,
make sure that the validity of the ring of the diamond.
but this thing is that love for you to sit
No,
there and
it's
say
materialism.
is it materialism, and you put now
Mhm.
you putting money, or it's not the word I'm looking for, not money, but you're looking at things as
Monetary.
a financial aspect.
Mhm.
That's not love. Love,
No,
I don't care if it's a gumball thing, a gumball ring. If you talk about marriage and you talk about being committed to me, if I give you something, I got the gumball machine, I was like, and I propose, if you really love me, you better say yes. If you look at it first and say, nah, then you're not the woman for me.
yeah.
I don't care if I give you a ring that made your finger turn green. At the end of the day, I know that's funny, but at the end of the day, it's the thought and it's the purpose.
Yeah, but
Because
it's
guess what?
also it's the value that you have for her. Like, you're not gonna just give her a whatever kind of ring.
So what I'm hearing, she has a problem. Second, she not loyal. She just in a marriage for material things, and there no love
Yeah,
or respect in the relationship.
I
And
agree.
Uncle Lydell, hey, that's what I was just saying. I believe that,
Yeah.
and so it's crazy. But like I said, I love the conversations we have when she do come. But
Mhm.
last week she came 5 out of 7 days, and I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And one of them 5 days, I was off, and then my
You know, at some
managers.
point she's gonna be like, try to cross those boundaries to see how much she can get, you know, get out of you.
Out of
I know
me?
she will. Oh, no, I'm not saying you're going to, but I'm saying
Yeah,
if she's
she
giving you that
will.
much, she's gonna test the waters.
Yeah. Yeah, I was off one day and I got a text message from my staff and other managers saying, your girlfriend here. She was like, oh, why isn't Roy working today? And I'm like, that's crazy. That
Mhm.
is crazy. And and everybody like attention. So whether in a relationship or not, people like attention. So like when people say that, I eat it up at work, I ain't gonna lie, I eat it up. No, your girlfriend, that's not my girlfriend. But the thing is, it's all eyes on me. And I'm the talk of the town. I love that. Who don't love that?
Mhm.
That's like people say they don't love drama. We all love drama. We just don't want to be the center of drama. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if we ain't like drama, why do we watch movies? Why do we watch these TV shows? We love drama. Drama motivates the world. You know what I'm saying? That's why we people gossip. Oh, did you hear about what happened at such and such? That's drama. We love drama. We just don't want to be the center of it.
Mhm.
Same thing with attention. Whether you married, in a relationship, serious relationship, whatever, we love attention. We all on this earth want to be loved. We want attention. Right. And I'm
What
gonna
does
ask this
your
before we
what does your
go
girlfriend
ahead.
what does your girlfriend say about this other girl giving you attention?
Oh, this is the first this is the first time she heard about it.
Okay, because I
Live.
was like, she's gonna be hearing, and she's gonna
Yeah.
be like, "What?"
This thing. This thing. I am fully prepared to deal with whatever she got to say. Because
Mhm.
I never told her these things. You know what I'm saying? She I know she ain't the type of person that's gonna like it. Even if I came to her, I'm like, oh, guess what happened to her? She be wanting to flip the table. But I don't
Mhm.
care. At the end of the day, I'm grown, I'm a man, and I am ready for whatever. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about the head of the table, head of the house, that dominant force. I am man enough to be like, listen, this is the thing. I said it, so what? You love me, I love you, we in a relationship. Well, we're gonna get through this because that is something so minute, something so small. You won't get mad over that? No, stop. So I am confident. Some people might call it arrogant. I am so confident that like I don't have to worry about that. Like she ain't going nowhere.
But
Any woman
if
any
you
woman
did, if
that
something
I'm involved with
happened,
ain't going nowhere. Go ahead.
You think. But if you
I
cross
think
certain boundaries, you don't think she would leave?
fully, no.
Okay,
Fully leave, no.
what if you knew she was going to leave? I think that when you know that that person is going to leave, it gives you that safety net to maybe play around with the idea because you know ultimately she's going to still be there. But if you were with somebody who is like, you know what, you cross this boundary, we're done. There's no discussing it. It's like the door's glued shut.
Hey, Veronica, that's the thing.
Uh-huh.
That's the thing about me. I am so confident that like I feel like when it comes to relationships or when it comes to women, I feel like I got the gift of gab. I feel like I got a gift in general. I think I was born to be a king. I think I was born to be like as a gift. And what person on this earth don't like gifts, right? Like, I come knocking and I'm like, surprise, open your gift. I'm your gift. Like you're not gonna. I just feel like I'm not gonna be denied, right? And especially having kids, right? For me, you want to talk about safety net. I feel like once you have kids with somebody, I feel like you never gonna lose that person fully.
I disagree.
Even if they move on, let's say they move on, right? And then the relationship ain't going well, and guess what? I come to knock him
No.
come on.
Like when I'm hurt to some level, I don't care how much I love you, that pride and that ego that I've got, it is not going to allow me to get back with you. It just won't, because it's not only did you hurt me, you made me look stupid.
So maybe not get back with them in a relationship, but like, I mean, listen, that don't mean you can't get intimate from time to time. Y'all done explore each other's
No, because
bodies.
at that point, yeah. But see, at that point, I'm like, this is what you missed out on. You missed out on all of this, like, all of it.
But if I
And
already
you know what
been
I
there,
do?
done
And
that,
you know what I do?
I
No.
I ain't missed
No,
out. I had it already.
Actually, you did have it. But then you know what happens? I turn that for myself. And it's like, okay, I'm going to hit the gym a little harder. I'm going to do my best to like look better than what I was doing. I don't care if I have to get up an hour earlier or whatever. He's not in my life anymore. I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to work on being more successful. I'm going to do all this, not as spite, but just to show him that, you know what? I don't need you in my life. I can elevate myself without you there.
Right. And you also said earlier that it's a process for you to get
Oh,
to
yeah.
that point. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
So in that process, that man still got to work on you to keep you maintain you. Like for me, if I wasn't in my relationship, my kid's mom, like in that process of her grieving or saying, "Oh, you like somebody else, or you cheated or whatever." In that process, guess what? I'm still doing my due diligence. I'm keeping you relevant. I'm staying relevant in your life. So at the end of the day, you can go through the process, but I'm always going to be present. It could be a kid's birthday, and I'm like, oh, I could just tell you, listen, what we're going to do for our son's birthday.
And be like,
And
well, this is what I'm going to do. What are you going to do?
I'm just confident, Veronica. That's all I'm saying. And listen, nobody's perfect. We said that before. So maybe it worked, maybe it won't. But I am so confident that I'm gonna get my way. Most of my life I felt like I was spoiled, not from my parents, but spoiled in the sense that, like, once I got grown, because I used to call myself Mr. 90% because 90% of the time, if I wanted something to happen, it happened.
You know what?
You know what I'm saying? So
this is not disrespectful to your girlfriend, because I don't know her, but I bet she's a great lady, because she's your person. But I don't think you've actually met like your match. Like maybe at some point she's going to be like, okay, you know what? This is different. I think that you tend to do all that smooth talking and everything because you haven't met your match.
You know, maybe I haven't. I was just about. My uncle just commented. What he say? See, but that's what got many people in trouble because of their pride. The way to beat that is the greatest word that was spoken is to forgive. It may hurt, but forgive, and you will win at all times.
No, but I do forgive. I have no ill towards anybody. Like even my ex-husband who was abusive, I'm not going to be friends with him. I'm never going to communicate with him. I'm never going to see him again. But I've forgiven him because time has passed. And to me, when I hold on to that anger, that rage, that whatever I hold on, it's taking my energy away from me. Yeah. And I'm not going to let anybody have power over me.
Yeah, I got you. That sounds good, Veronica. That truly sounds good. And listen, man, I'm not trying to take nothing from how you feel. But like, I mean, I just feel like all it takes is the right guy. Just like for a man, it's
Maybe.
been plenty of times. It's been plenty of times that I said the same thing you said about a woman.
Mhm.
And I mean, listen, I've messed around with or been in a relationship with women that I would have never gave the time of day. But guess what? Like, because appearance wise, I'm like, oh, it's not my ideal woman. But like, their personality was so radiant, I never wanted to lose it. And or and then like that person might have said like, oh, I don't want to do this no more. And guess what? I was hurt in ways that I'd never thought because that wasn't my ideal type of woman. And I might have said, oh, I'd rather be friends because to me mentally, I'm like, I'm going to wind up cheating on her because she's not my ideal woman. But then I was still hurt, like you know what I'm saying? When she said, oh, I shouldn't call it off. I was still hurt. So like that's why I say like love and all that stuff goes a long way, man. Like, and I just feel like my love is so radiant. My love is so contagious that I feel like once I grab hold of you, I don't feel like you will ever truly go away. Right? Like I'm not saying every single person in the
No.
world, but that's just me. I just feel like I'm a lovable person. I go places like people say I'm highly flirtatious. A lot of times I don't look at it that way. I look at it like I'm just a friendly person. I'm just sociable, right? And as I got older, I'll be honest with you, like I question myself, like, do I still got it? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, honestly, to myself, I'm like, no. As confident as I am, I'll be like, nah, I ain't got it. So when a woman comes and show me all this attention, I'm like, damn, yeah, I still got it.
Because it makes you feel good. It's like a boost of that. Like,
yeah. So
yeah.
I feel like when I'm 90, I'm still gonna be. People say, man, what would I
You're
do
gonna be in the
with
nursing
you?
home, like, hey.
Pull my teeth out like this. What you think? Like, I feel like I got charisma. I feel like I just feel like I'm a person that is so contagious that people want to be around me. That's just how I feel. I'm just saying. But
No, I get that though. No, I get it though.
yeah, I got you. But I am going to conclude today's episode. I too have something to do later.
Yes.
So yeah, but we continue to talk. That's one thing I love about you. Like the other day when you text me, so I got an idea. I'm like, you know what? I respect her. Like, as busy as I am, as busy as you are, you still found time to reach out to me. So I was like, I respect that.
Of course.
Some people come and go, and so far you still been there. You know what I'm saying? So we will stay in touch, and then we will figure out when we're going to continue with the next segment. So
That's good.
much love and appreciation, and yeah, and and to the viewers, I hope you like, comment, share, and subscribe. But until the next time, we out of here.
Bye.
All right, bye.